Hello, a very good evening to you and welcome back to Alexandra Palace and the 2015 Dafabet Masters. The quarterfinals get underway tomorrow, but before they start, we are concentrating on two cracking first round matches. Ding Junhui taking on Joe Perry, that's to come. But first, let's show you what happened in this afternoon's match between Northern Ireland's Mark Allen and former Masters champion John Higgins. Well, the world number 6 Mark Allen really fancies his chances this week. High quality from both players in this one. 2 century breaks put Higgins 2-0 up before Allen roared back, winning 5 of the next 6. We pick it up in frame 9. Allen at the table, 14 points behind.
They have a slight angle to play the follow-through shot, but this needs Kuzkun. Couldn't have finished that much worse.
One.
I'm just wondering if all that little jovial banter between them has maybe made John relax, because he certainly wasn't relaxed after what he did in the previous frame. So maybe he can just settle down again here. And he's got to win 3 frames in a row, but as Hazel said in the studio, the way he's been playing, it's a possibility.
9.
But he's got to play a flawless snooker again, as he did for 2.5 frames, if he's to win this match.
$16. $70. $24. $25.
There's not been many players in this sport that you'd pick other than John Higgins at 5-3 down to come through and win. He's done it so many times.
$32. $33.
Well, surely not at this stage
40.
in the match, but you certainly couldn't place the Reds any better. 5 reds, 5 blacks.
Yep.
But obviously,
41.
no way John will be thinking about anything like that. Just get this frame win, get back in the match.
Yeah, he got a slightly bad contact there. See the red just jumped slightly. And that is perfect. And still on course, but as Stephen
48.
said, the frame's the most important thing at this stage. But he has made 7
49.
maximum breaks in his illustrious career.
$56. 57.
As we mentioned earlier, there's only been 3 maximum breaks made in the Masters in 40 years.
John's just asking the referee who's on a max because he didn't. Obviously, there was a score already on the board from all Mark Allen's fills. So that shows you he's thinking about it.
Well, isn't it great to see everybody smiling out there? I mean, the pressure's quite intense, but that really has tickled John. Go on, get the frame one first. It's £10,000 for a maximum break, and if John was to do it, he'd share that with Marco Fu.
64.
I think because the red's in such a good situation, that's why he was asking. I mentioned earlier about whether it had been
65.
done in the tournament. Obviously, in the World Championship a few years ago, Sullivan and Ali Carter both made a maximum in the same tournament, so it has been done. We have had 2 in the same competition.
But just imagine 2 in 40 years in the
72.
Masters, and there's a possibility we could have 2 in this year's tournament. Wouldn't that be something?
73.
Frame safe now, so come on, John. Let's see a maximum.
Yeah, it was a good shot. Played that cue ball in an area. Could have had the red next to the pink in the right corner. But was hoping to get on this one to the left centre, which obviously clears the path for the other red to the middle.
Thank you. 81.
I don't know how many years ago it is now, Stephen, but Northern Ireland played Scotland in the Nations Cup.
88.
John Higgins had never made a maximum, even in practice. I broke off, and in a 1-frame match, he knocked his first maximum break in on television.
89.
Must have been a bad break, was it?
Just played to flick that one out, but he knew he was going to be
96.
okay.
$97.
That one, the left side of the table, that is the one that's going to be the more difficult.
Yeah, again, play the cue ball in an area. He's always going to have the one to the right middle, but he might be on the wrong side of that one. Is it too straight in this red?
104.
No, he struck that well. Struck that really well. Maybe too well. Can he get the cannon in the pink?
Good shot that, Stephen, because if he does cannon the pink, it'll stop the white from running further up the table, and he'll be perfect on the red. There's the cannon, and there's the black.
112. 113.
He's got a slight angle, not as much as he would have liked. He's just looking to see what angle Mark would love John to make a maximum break now.
Lots of left-hand side. I don't know if he would play to come off a cushion or not. If he did, he's completely mishit that.
120.
I'm sure he played to come off the side cushion with side.
Okay, settle down, please. Thank you.
Well, this is tough. Come on, John. Oh, can you believe it?
John Higgins.
What a chance he had there. Unbelievable. I thought he was going to do it. Everyone in the Alexandra Palace thought he was going to do it. But he's won the frame, and he's right back in this match. It's now 5-4 to Mark Allen. Isn't this brilliant?
Excellent stuff from John Higgins, and we almost had the second 147 of the Masters so far, following Marco Fu's heroics on Sunday night when he made a maximum break. So, could Higgins make it 5-5? Allen is at the table and there is no score.
This is the chance that Mark Allen
One.
has been waiting for. He's a pretty cool customer, this boy.
Well, he's overhit that by a foot.
6.
Played for the red to the right of the black. Still goes.
Seven.
You have to play this with a lot of left-hand side of the cushion for the red closest. In fact, it was straight enough to be able to play that shot
14.
into the red, so this is a good chance now.
15.
It's there alone in the frame, but it'd be disappointing not to win it from here.
This is going to bring more reds into play now. It's got to make
22.
sure he finishes on black or blue.
23.
He's misjudged that. He thought he was going to be on the pink, and the black is quite a thin snick now. He didn't envisage that red blocking the path for the pink.
Mark Allen, 23. One.
And straight away, he's played to leave this red simply because it was blocking the black into the left corner pocket. And removing this one, when he gets on the black, it'll be in the clear. Mark Allen had a great chance there.
Five.
Oh, there's two easy reds.
12.
And there's a couple of reds in the pack that are on as well, so this is a very good chance. It really is.
$13.
The only thing, the reds are all available into the left corner pocket. That's why he's just stopping in his tracks and just working out exactly where he wants that cue ball. It's not the best. He walks
20.
away with his hand covering his face there. Well, there you can see, that's the problem. And is he trying to make a three-ball plant? I don't know if the two are in line for the pocket. As we swing round, we find out that they're going slightly to the left. And if those two reds are touching and he knocks the one red onto the left side of them as we look at it, it could straighten up and he could make the plant. He's just going to work that out. Yeah, if he hits that onto the left side, it'll squeeze the red. That'll eventually finish up in the pocket. I think he can make this. You got the perfect picture there to see if he does squeeze it. At the moment, it's going to the left of the pocket. And he's overdone it. Squeezed it too much.
John Higgins, 20.
Now then, one long pot. And Mark has got them all at his mercy. He just overdone it and squeezed it too much. Well, has he ran out of position straight away?
8.
Or is he just okay? Certainly not on the red he intended to be. This is a thin cut back. Well played. That's a terrific recovery shot. It really is. He put the disappointment of not getting on the red he intended and pulled out a little gem there. And every chance now for Mark Allen.
13.
What a match we've had here this afternoon. John Higgins has made 3 centuries and a 96. And he could lose the match 6-4. How often would that happen?
21. $22.
John Higgins way ahead on points, but the scoreline is the main part.
He's not hitting.
Yeah.
Well, he's not hit many of these
24.
shots on this break well. Mark Allen, he's looked pretty nervy. Object balls are not going in the centre of the pockets. He's never had that cue ball under control yet, really. It's the hardest for him to win, always, for him to get over the line. Again, just short on the blue. So you'd think, put this red nicely in the black, and it should be all over.
31. $38.
That's the one he's been waiting for. It's been an absolute fabulous match, by far the best in this year's Masters, and it could have went either way. And as I said, John Higgins has made 3 centuries
45.
and a 96 break, and he's going to lose 6-4. How
46.
often would that happen? But every credit to Mark Allen. He's made his century. He should have had a couple of centuries himself, but he's hung in there. And it's been a joy to watch these two players this afternoon. It really has. After the 2 opening frames when John made back-to-back centuries,
56.
it looked as if Mark Allen was going to have a mountain to climb, but it's not to be for the twice winner.
60.
But this Alexandra Palace crowd, well, they've been treated to some fabulous snooker
65.
this afternoon, and almost a maximum break from John Higgins as well. Well, it doesn't matter if the white goes in. They're good friends, these boys. They did treat us to a fabulous match this afternoon. And in the end, Mark Allen, well, he'll be absolutely delighted. He defeats the former champion by 6 frames to 4. Well done, boys.
Yeah, it's strange. I didn't feel like I was playing that well out there, but no, looking back and obviously how well John scored, I must have been doing some things right, so very pleasing to go over the line whenever my opponent was pretty good. Can't believe that he didn't notice that he was on for it until like 64 or something. He had to ask the referee. It was just pretty amusing, but he's probably in the zone of just trying to get over the line and win frames, to be honest. No, 5-3 down, you can't really afford any mistakes, but no, once he get past the winning post in the frame, then I was hoping that he would do it.
Well, John Higgins will be wondering how he lost that match. 3 century breaks and 2 50-plus breaks. But his congratulations to Mark Allen. He is through to the quarterfinals, where he will meet either Joe Perry or Ding Junhui, as Ding has seen it all at the Masters.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Ding Junhui.
Well, Ding has beaten the man they call Gentleman Joe 9 times since their first meeting at the Masters in 2004. We pick up the action in frame 6. Joe is at the table, 4 points behind.
Oh, this is short. He's going to leave it.
Holding it.
That's poor from Joe Perry. Anywhere but there.
There, that was the one thing you couldn't afford to do.
Ding played a delightful little shot there. Just moved the red off the black spot. Didn't have to, but of course it was covering the spot. Watch this, just a slight little movement just off the spot, so the black will go back on its spot and keep it down this end of the table. Black puts him 16 points ahead, so 2 reds, 2 blacks, be 22 points ahead with only 27 remaining.
Nine.
There you see it, red and black required.
$17.
Just having a long, lingering look at the scoreboard. Just this black to get to snooker's required stage. And then it goes. Not perfect on the yellow,
24.
but 32-point lead. Just makes certain of the yellow. That'll put his opponent in the 2 snookers required stage. Joe had his chance. Missed what you could say was a straightforward cannon when he potted the black. That's why his 46 break came to an end. But once Ding Junhui got the snooker, you just felt he was going to be favourite. So 34 points to lead, 25 remaining. It should be enough, and Ding Junhui should have levelled the match. 3 apiece. Well, this is a good effort, but it needs to creep past the black, and it just kissed it. Three, 4-point snookers required at the moment for Joe Perry. If you pop the green and brown, 2 5-point snookers would be enough, so he may opt for that. No. Good shot. And the fact that the green has gone so close to the cushion, it just lessens the target somewhat. I wouldn't expect him to miss this, but always say you don't know. Well, would you believe it? Not only has he missed it, he's hit the black and left the free ball. That's unbelievable.
Free ball.
And
Joe
now,
37.
with that free ball, 27 points behind, 25 remaining. Whatever colour he nominates will count as the green. That's
Ping
3
ball.
points. No wonder Ding Junhui is shaking his head. Joe Perry can win. And now doesn't need a snooker. How careless was that?
3.
Oh, he's done very well
6.
to get the cue ball even to there. Maybe taking this brown on, no doubt about that. What a frame this would be to steal. Great shot, great shot. Cue ball needs to slow up.
10.
Well, this is an amazing frame, John.
Well, it never ceases to amaze you, this game, does it? Pink and black. What a turnaround, and what a confidence booster for Joe Perry, and what a blow for Ding Junhui. The black looks to be a formality. He needed 3 4-point snookers. He only needed 1, as it turned out. Missed the red, hit the black, left a free ball. And now the black to win a frame out of the blue. What a frame to win! What a mistake from Ding Junhui. He'll be walking back to his dressing room wondering what has happened there. Puff of the cheeks from Joe Perry, I don't blame him. But he's now got a 2-frame advantage. He leads 4 frames to 2.
Great stuff from Joe Perry, really taking his chances tonight, but Ding hit straight back in the 7th frame to make it 4-3. Into the 8th we go. Joe at the table, 27 points ahead.
Yeah, he'll do very well not to leave a pot on here. He's got a 27-point lead. It's an hope, is it? I think it is.
Call and miss.
Can we have a look at that again? How can you get through those reds twice? Impossible. Let's have another look.
Wow.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I bet you can't do it again.
And even Joe could see the funny side of that. How can that happen?
Yeah, Ding.
Well, same shot, only slightly different.
Closer a bit.
Just touch maybe this way a bit. I couldn't just go there and behind that one, as I would have. I played the same shot.
Just heard Joe says, referee, I'm going to play the same shot anyway. Hit and hope. Up out of his seat, ready to come to the table. Slumped back down again. Unbelievable what can happen on a snooker table. 12 foot b6. Ding Junhui was on his way to the table until that red dropped. Amazing. Well,
7.
Mystic Meg wouldn't know what was going to happen next. I don't think by the expression, the body language, that he can get past the brown to this red that's closest to the left corner. I think if he could, he'd have played it by now.
Well, it looks to be on from there, John. I mean, he's definitely be able to pot that red. He could definitely pot that red,
Yeah.
even with a little bit of side.
Well, he's not, though, is he? Looks as though he's just going to play the containing safety.
Joe Perry,
But
7.
what a chance, after fluking the red as he did. He'll be disappointed not to have made the most of it.
I think he's left this red. I think he's left this red into the right centre as well.
Well, Joe Perry comes to the table with a 30-point lead. Ding Junhui now must be fearing the worst in this frame.
One.
But straight away, wrong side of the blue. Well, not bad, but not quite recovered the precise positional play he needs. In good
7.
position now, though. Played that nicely. Pink to the left middle. So 43 points to lead. 3 reds would be more than enough to
13.
clinch the frame and take him within 1 of a place in the quarter-final.
14. $20. 21.
So just this red to go 58 points ahead with 51 remaining.
27. 28.
Two snookers required at the moment. If he pots the black, you think Ding Junhui wouldn't get out of his seat. In it goes. So 65 points to lead, 51 remaining.
35.
Well, but for
Joe Perry,
quite a few
25.
snookers, Joe Perry is just 1 frame away from a place in the quarter-final.
Yes, he's almost there. A win for Joe Perry tonight over Ding Junhui would be just his 3rd in 12 meetings over their careers, and he's looking good for that place in the quarterfinals.
Now, will he try and get an angle on the black here? I try and wait for his chance.
17.
Not the greatest angle. He could have left the cue ball high and tried to take the red from below the black, but this is not the best angle in the world now. And I go back to that red that he took, the middle of the 2 reds that were open. He could have taken the bottom one and leaving that one till a bit later. Needs a lot of cue power here. That's the thing about break building, John. When you make one bad mistake like he did, he took the easier option.
24.
And because of that now, unless he pots this good red, he's missed his chance to win the match from this position. It's a tough pot.
And not close. And yes, you're right.
Joe
Shot
Perry,
selection
24.
was such an important part of the game. And he made the wrong choice a few shots ago.
Yeah, now, if we go back to that shot, here's the shot here. Now, he takes the middle red. If he takes the bottom red here, takes the black, leaves that red for the next shot, leaves it nice and low with the cue ball, he can bring all the other reds into play. He plays a simple shot there, and it's a choice, and that could cost him here. But no. Well, Ding is handing it to him on the plate at the moment. How many chances do you need?
Worrying time for Ding Junhui and his supporters. And there's an awful lot of them, and an awful lot of the odds-on backers will be biting their fingernails at the moment. It doesn't look good. But
8.
just having a look at Joe's body language, that could have turned out better. Just caught the wrong red. He wanted to miss the first red he hit. He wanted to miss that and get into the heart of the reds. But he want to keep this break going. You want to keep it going, and that's a good pot. And if he gets a nice bounce off the top cushion, that's what he needs. Just about. Not inch perfect on the black. But a good pot to the middle. Well, the reds are open now. They're there for the taking.
16.
Just a case of holding yourself together now. And don't get ahead of yourself. Just one shot at a time.
$17.
Right to right centre, up for blue or even
24.
balk if he wishes.
$25.
Much time, just over 3 hours. Plenty of reds in the open here for Joe Perry.
$30.
Can win the frame without even bothering
31.
to dislodge any of those reds in the pack. A bit straight on the black now, though.
It's okay. He's got the red to the left middle. We just run a few stats across the bottom of your screen. High breaks, pot percentage, all favouring Joe Perry. And a great chance now to put this match to bed. One more red needed. This will put him 61 points in front with just 59 remaining. How disappointing an evening it's been for Ding Junhui. Early on he lost a frame where Joe Perry needed 3 snookers. That didn't help his cause. But it has to be said, he's not played well enough
52.
on the night. And now that red's gone in the middle. He will not be coming back to the table. This to all intents and purposes for Joe Perry, is a lap of honour.
$60.
He'll be feeling
61.
absolutely wonderful inside. When the draw was made, I'm certain he saw the name Ding Junhui and thought, that's a tough one. They played 11 times and he's lost 9 of them.
Yeah.
67.
Not a great record, but he's done what he's had to do. There's no doubt about that, and it is a milestone for him.
68.
It's a good win for Joe Perry tonight. He has come into this tournament with a bit more form than Ding Junhui, but you would have expected Ding Junhui
73.
to be a bit better tonight. But you can only do what your opponent throws at you, and Joe Perry has dealt with him
74.
sufficiently. And it feels nice as a player, just mopping up the colours, doesn't it, John?
Lovely feeling. You won the match.
77.
I was talking to his dad early on this evening. He said he used to bring him when he
79.
was at the Wembley Conference Centre as a young man to watch the Masters. And as I say, it's taken a few
82.
attempts, but he's through to the quarter-final now.
What a nice way to finish. Already had
86.
104 in frame 4. Possible chance of a second 104.
91.
What a nice way to finish for Joe Perry.
$97.
Oh, come on, Joe, don't disappoint us. Roll this black in. Whoa, no, he didn't roll it. He smashed it in. Well, Ding Junhui will be very upset with a frame he lost earlier on in the evening, but there's the reaction from Joe Perry. Absolutely delighted. First time through the first round. Ding Junhui, well, one of the great players. He'll have to have a good look at his game if he's going to be a contender in the World Championship. For the time being, Joe Perry is through to the quarter-final. He wins by 6 frames to 3. Well played.
It's like a bit of a monkey off my back, even though I wasn't overly concerned about it because it's such a tough tournament, and I think everyone I've lost to here has been a great player, but to make that many appearances and never get a win was a little bit, you know, people ask you what's the best you've done at the Masters, and I've always had to say I've never won a game, so yeah, it just feels fantastic, yeah, to finally win a game. I knew that if I played really well, I'd have a chance because he's not the player he was last year, that's for sure. He beat me 2 or 3 times last year, late on in tournaments, and you know, fantastic snooker player, but he's not quite at that level at the moment. So I knew it was about me just getting my game sharp and putting him under pressure.
So well done to Joe Perry. He now takes on world number 6 Mark Allen, and UK Championship semi-finalist Steve Maguire plays Sean Murphy on Friday. Later today, the reigning champion Ronnie O'Sullivan meets Marco Fu. It'll be their 21st meeting. Ali Carter meets the 2012 winner Neil Robertson. Snooker Extra is up next with extended highlights of that magnificent match between John Higgins and Mark Allen. We are back from Alexandra Palace at 1 o'clock on BBC Two as Ronnie O'Sullivan takes on Marco Fu, the man who lit up the People's Palace with that brilliant 147 earlier in the week. From all of us here, bye for now.
Welcome to Turf Moor, Stamford Bridge.